Hi everybody, welcome back to the channel. Hope you're having a wonderful day. What's new on the bench? So I went to the Dollar Tree store since I was out of foam. Wanted to get a whole box of 20, and a $1.25 a sheet. It's a way to go. Plus I'd have a box to store everything in. Being that we just had Halloween, they had no white foam, but they did have this black foam. So I went ahead and bought several sheets of what they had. That was all they had left, um, and took it home. So wanted to play around with an idea, and this is what I came up with. This I call the little bat. Mainly because it's black, it's tiny, it's got a large wingspan, it's very short. Kind of looked like a bat to me, so that's what I called it. Now, if you buy this black foam, know that if you're going to do a plane, uh, you're not going to be able to peel the paper well. This is what happened when I tried to peel the paper. It comes off in pieces. It's a pain in the butt to get off. So just figure if you've got the black, you're probably going to want to leave the paper on. So that's just part of it. This is part of the wing. I cut off a section to use. This is an extra wing that I made. Because I peeled it, I didn't like it. I wasn't going to peel the other one, so I just remade another wing. So this is all that's left of one sheet of Dollar Tree foam. And I, tried some different things, so I had some extra to do. I did round out this little pod up here, mainly because I've done it before in the past and I like the look of it. But looking at how square the structure is here, in the future, if I do make something like this, I will keep this square because it's kind of odd looking in this whole thing as to one round shape, everything else is square and boxy. So, but it's just a prototype, something to play with. We do have the KT wing here where I folded it over. I've done is on this, it's tapered here, so it's 6 inches here. So I've gone 4 and 2, which is 30%, and bent it down. That's what the KT airfoil likes. It's 9 inches here, so 3 inches here is where I did the bend. That way I get my 30%. It also should help when I'm doing center CG. That's where my 30% starts, so I can go back and forth to find what it is, where it sits right. We also have a nice cavity here. Hopefully you can see as I move it. Hopefully you'll see that there's an opening at the bottom. This will help airflow go through for our ESC so it doesn't overheat. Real good to do that. The battery may sit in here depending on CG. It may come out here. We'll figure that out. Our servos will mount on the side here. I've done just a hot glue joint on this. It's the easiest way to do it. On a plane that I want to keep and keep durable, I usually put tape down there. It's a lot more durable with tape than it is with this hot glue. But for quick little prototypes, hot glue works just great. So this is where we're at with this. As you can see, did not use the whole sheet. We'll go ahead and get a weight on this. Just so you can see. We put it on. We're sitting about 70 grams. So that's really great with 120 grams worth of electronics. And that's on our heavy stuff. That's going to be 190 grams, which that's wonderful. That's really sub 250. It's very, very light. We'll see how it flies. I did it. Reason for the experiment was I wanted to do something with a little more swept wing, but also had that same kind of airfoil shape as the Swan, where the trailing edge is down a little further. Created a lot of float with the Swan. It flew really nice and slow. That's what I'm hoping with this. Is get a nice slow acrobatic flyer. I also put some dihedral in the wings so that it helps self-level. I do have the option of putting ailerons on. I could put servos up here, easily link out to that, and have it be very acrobatic. Just depends on how the prototype flies. If the prototype flies really, really nice, I'll probably build another one, since if you can kind of see, the wings are not exactly symmetrical in through here. Excuse me. So, this is just a test just to see how the basic plane flies, how it does. There's no electronics in it right now because I don't intend to buy more electronics. I will wait until either I get a plane that doesn't fly or has crashed to the point where it's not repairable, and then we'll go ahead and put electronics into this. So that's the whole idea there. But again, a nice little concept. I enjoyed building it, and we'll see in the future when and if I put electronics into it, how it flies. So that's it, folks. Hope you enjoyed this. I'm going to try to make some more flight videos once the weather gets better. Currently in Southern California, where I'm based, we have Santa Ana's, so the wind has just been too much. The forecast has been anywhere between 6 and 14 mile an hour winds during the days. It's because we're very warm during the day, very hot at night. So as it transitions there, it just brings winds in with the highs and lows. So yeah, it's just in these sub 250 planes, anything really over a 2-3 mile an hour wind really throws these things around, makes them hard to control. So so no flying for these. I do have a glider that I've put together that I have not tested. It's a lot heavier. It will probably do just fine in the winds, might even need the extra wind. So I might take that out and give that a test flight. Of course, I'll film that for y'all so you can see it. Obviously, in my last flight video, my first one, having the camera on a tripod doesn't show a lot. We had a lot of stuff that went off to the side, and you didn't get to see that on camera. But I wanted to film it, see what the problems were, see how I can correct it. So in the future, we'll try to correct that a little bit. Make sure that the plane is out in front in the camera and in the view, so that you can see when it goes off to the side and what happens. A lot of the problems I have is I do not have, excuse me, a proper runway that directly faces into the wind. I was flying those with a little bit of side wind. That's possibly what was causing things to go to the side, was the fact that the wind was hitting that tail and just pushing it over. It really wanted to go into the wind. But until I can find a proper fly field to have a nice hard runway into the wind, we're just going to deal with it this way. But little problems here and there, in those flight videos. A lot of it seemed to be very tail heavy, so we're going to correct all that, push the batteries forward as we can, maybe even add in a small bit of weight if we have to. I know in some of those it'll push it over the 250. This is just for test to see what we need to do, where we need to cut weight, what we got to do. But this is all part of testing. This part of the whole thing is figuring stuff out. Most everything was on CG where it's supposed to be. So we're either just a fraction off on where that CG point should be, and we just got to adjust that, or we've made some mistake somewhere. But we'll figure it out as we go. And of course, I'll bring you along on that trip. So that's going to do it for this video. I hope you're all having a great day. Go make it. You can do it. I have faith in y'all. You can also crash it and repair it. But go make it. Otherwise, nothing's going to happen. So we'll see you next time. Have a wonderful day. Talk to you then.